It's the Kyle Hyman Show on Redeemer Radio.
It's time for a game that we are calling
Saint Buddies Mail Edition.
Mail as in
Men.
M-A-L-E.
Yes.
Not post office edition.
Masculine gender. Yes. We're doing this game in honor of St. Andrew's feast day, which is coming up on Saturday, who had a bunch of saint buddies, like all the apostles, but especially his own brother, St. Peter. So I'm not going to include them in this particular game, but it is in their honor.
Okay.
Those saint buddies, the apostles, all of them.
I was hoping I'd have a little heads up.
But they are our best example. But here are some more.
All right.
More saint buddies. Ready?
Let's go.
These twin brothers who lived in Syria around the year 300 were both physicians. Apparently, their thing was converting people to Christianity by not charging for medical services. So by that sacrifice, by giving, by recognizing people's dignity, which is an excellent plan right up until you get martyred. So both of them were martyred. Although long term, even being martyred is still good.
Yeah.
So who are these saints?
Saint Cosmas and Damian.
Saint Cosmas and Saint Damian, yes. These two men were college roommates. And eventually, they would found the Society of Jesus together. Although one would primarily stay in Europe to run the order, the other would travel to India, Goa, China, and Japan to spread the gospel. But the two remained close friends.
Saint Ignatius
Yes.
of Loyola.
Yes.
And Saint Francis Xavier.
Yes. Feast day is coming soon. You know what's interesting about St. Francis Xavier is that you have a Francis and a Xavier sons.
Yeah.
And I have a husband named Xavier Francis. We really got St. Francis Xavier honored in our families.
Yeah. We should really be celebrating this.
Yeah, it's coming up next week. These guys were actual brothers who were both among the 12 apostles.
Okay.
But this is not Peter and Paul, or this is not Peter and Andrew.
Okay.
They were two of Jesus' closest friends. Jesus called them the Sons of Thunder.
Right. Yes. One of the best nicknames in the whole Bible.
Right, totally.
This would be Saints James and John.
James and John is right. Neither of these saints met Jesus before his death, but they both worked tirelessly alongside the apostles to spread Christianity in its early days. They had some rather public disagreements about how exactly to go about that and with whom. But that just makes them a great example of friends who challenge each other and call each other on to virtue. Who are they? Didn't meet Jesus,
Yeah.
but hugely important in the first decades of the church.
Okay. I mean, definitely Paul, but
Paul,
I don't know
and
if
who
it's-
was his buddy?
Oh, we're getting away from brothers here. Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, these are just buddies.
Buddy. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I was still on brothers.
Yeah,
Paul and Barnabas.
Barnabas.
Okay.
St. Paul and St. Barnabas. One saint was basically like the other's own personal Catholic Answers Live.
Okay.
The younger saint listened to the other's homilies and talks on the faith and was gradually convinced that the Catholic faith was true. Then the older saint baptized the younger, and they wrote to each other throughout their lives. They were also both among the first to be declared doctors of the church. Like literally, there were 4 who were the original doctors of the church, and these were 2 of them.
Okay. I don't know what that is, but I think this would be Saint Ambrose and
Yes.
Saint
And
Augustine.
St. Augustine. Man, you're nailing this game.
Who were the other 2 of the first?
I actually can't remember, but it was definitely those two. Those 2 were among
Maybe
the
like
first.
Saint Thomas Aquinas or something.
These 2 saints and religious order founders met in Rome in 1216. A close friendship sprang up between the two, and to this day, members of their orders exchange visits on each other's founders' feast days as a sign of unity towards a common goal of salvation of souls.
I'm guessing.
So 1216 should be a pretty big clue if you know the timeline of religious orders, and that these 2 were founded around the same time. And I would say, at least in the United States, these are probably the 2 most commonly known besides the Jesuits.
So I would say St. Francis and St. Dominic?
It is, yeah. Yeah.
They hung out together?
Well, they met once in Rome and then they wrote letters to each other.
Oh, okay.
Cool, right?
Yeah. At first, I was thinking St. Francis and St. Clair, but
These are male buddies.
These are male buddies,
These
not
next
post office buddies.
No. These next two saints are from the same two orders, Dominic and Francis.
Okay.
These two taught together at the University of Paris. And they are known as just like the scholarly princes or whatever you would say from those two respective orders.
Okay. So St. Thomas Aquinas.
Yes.
And I can't
The
think
Franciscan version of him, St. Bonaventure.
St. Bonaventure. Oh, always forget about St. Bonaventure. I gotta stop doing that. He's a good